Bears fans freeze for 10 seconds. I'm a diehard, TV volume on 35, glued to the Bears game the other night when the broadcast cuts to our sideline. And 3 letters on the sleeve punch me right in the face. GSH couldn't shake it. It's like they branded themselves into my brain. I'm sitting there thinking, why does this hit different right now? Why do those 3 letters feel louder than the crowd? I had to know. Not tomorrow. Not after work. Right now. So I went down the rabbit hole for all of us. And what I found is not just trivia. It's a shock-to-the-system story with a new twist stitched over the heart this season that changes the way you'll look at our uniforms forever. Quick heads up before we roll. This is Barstool Talk, not a museum tour. Plain English, fast pace, no fluff. I'm going to tell you why GSH sits on our sleeve, what brand new initials are jumping onto the chest, and why that combo says everything about who we are on 3rd and 2 with the wind howling off the lake. I'm also going to float a few spicy predictions that could turn into rituals, merch, or game day moments. You'll want to ride this to the end. You're watching Bears Bar Talk, the place where Navy and Orange meet cold beer and real opinions. Smash like, hit subscribe, drop a bear down, and where you're watching from so this reaches every garage, basement, and neighborhood pub from Waukegan to Joliet. Deal? Let's go. Here's my promise to you. In the next few minutes, I'll give you the straight answer to what does GSH stand for on the Bears jersey. I'll show you the fresh set of letters landing over the left chest this season and who they honor. I'll connect both initials to the way Chicago football is supposed to look. Heavy hands, honest effort, no shortcuts. Then I'll separate what's rock-solid fact from what's me spitballing like we're leaning over the high top after a win. Fair? Set the scene with me. Defense just slammed a runner on 3rd and short. Soldier Field's breathing steam. The camera slides along our bench. White tape, grass stains, navy sleeves, and locks onto those 3 letters, GSH. It will not leave my head. So I blurted out, what does GSH even stand for? From the kitchen, my old man yells, everything! He's not wrong. GSH is George Stanley Halas, Papa Bear, the founder. The stubborn genius, the player, coach, owner, marketer, bill payer, all rolled into one human being who basically built this franchise with a whistle, a ledger, and a spine of pure steel. When he passed in 1983, the Bears put his initials on the uniform to say the quiet part out loud. This is the standard. It started as a memorial patch. It became part of the sleeve forever. Translation? Every time a Bear straps in, he's literally carrying the blueprint on his arm. Work, win, repeat. Now here's where my search turned from cool history into goosebumps. This season, the jersey gets a second set of letters on the upper left chest, an orange football shape with Navy initials inside, VMH. That's Virginia Halas McCaskey, Papa Bear's daughter. The matriarch who inherited the team in '83 kept the lights on and the culture tight through decades of chaos and left us at 102 this February. The patch mirrors her dad's tribute from '83, same size, same color vibe, initials arranged so the family name sits in the middle like a spine. Read that again. Sleeve says GSH, chest says VMH, founder on the arm, daughter over the heart. Family literally stitched into every snap. That is not a design refresh. That is a message. Let's talk about what that message means on the field because Chicago doesn't do symbolic for symbolic's sake. The way we play when we're ourselves is Big Ten in a blizzard with NFL speed. It's guards pulling with bad intentions. It's tight ends who treat edges like speed bumps. It's a 3-tech beating a block across the face and forcing 4th down. Having GSH on your arm isn't just a memorial. It's a reminder that you finish blocks and you finish games. Putting VMH over your heart says you're not just chasing a paycheck, you're carrying a family name every time you run out of the tunnel. Sleeve and heart. Arm and chest. Work and why. All right, let me answer the original question clean for the folks who clicked for the facts and stayed for the vibes. What does GSH stand for on the Bears jersey? George Stanley Halas, Papa Bear. The initials live on the sleeve because the franchise decided his standard should live on the uniform, period. What about VMH on the chest? Virginia Halas McCaskey, the owner who took the baton from her father and kept the thing standing. The VMH patch is a season-long tribute over the heart that echoes the way the team honored George back in '83. 2 generations, 2 placements, 1 line, "This is a family business with a football soul." Now let me throw a few speculative grenades onto the table, labeling them exactly that. Because we're grown-ups here, rituals. I can absolutely see captains tapping the VMH patch before the coin toss. First home game, lights down, the boards roll side-by-side footage of Papa Bear and Virginia, and 60,000 Chicagoans go full throat. The O-line gathers before a goal line snap, points to the sleeve, then the chest, arm, and heart, then buries a double team. Merch. Give me a clean retro line where GSH and VMH bookend a throwback C, stitched like bookends of the same story. Locker room. Hang a banner. GSH VMH. A straight line from the man who built it to the woman who kept it standing. And here's the one I can't stop thinking about. Little sideline mantras. GSH, grind, smart, hit. VMH, violent, mindful, honest. You're in a 2-minute drill, lungs on fire, someone says GSH, VMH, and every guy remembers what jersey he's wearing. You can't chart that, but you can feel it. If you're wondering why I'm running this hot about some letters, because, yeah, it's letters. Here's why. Symbols punch above their weight in Chicago. The C on the helmet, the navy and orange, the cold breath in December, the sound of pads on the goal line. We don't do cute. We do cold and heavy and honest. GSH and VMH turn the uniform into a handshake across time. It makes the jersey heavier in the best possible way. You don't loaf on a screen. You dig for 1 more yard. You play through the whistle because somewhere, some part of you believes the initials are watching. Let me also level with the skeptics because Chicago fans are allergic to empty hype. Facts are facts. GSH stands for George Stanley Hallis and lives on the sleeve by design. VMH stands for Virginia Halas McCaskey and is being honored with a chest patch that mirrors the 1983 tribute to her dad. Those are locked. The rest, captains tapping patches, pre-kick videos, special merch, those are my ideas, not announcements. But even if none of that ever happens, the meaning still lands. Sleeve equals standard. Heart equals heritage. Put them together and you get identity. And identity is what decides games when the weather turns and every snap hurts. Let's make it personal for a second. I think this is the most Chicago thing we've done with the uniform in years. It feels right. It feels earned. And it gives the locker room a simple visual to rally around that has nothing to do with hashtags or hot takes. If you've ever played this sport, you know how real that is. When you've got a name on your sleeve and a name over your heart, you pick yourself up 1 more time. You finish your block, you hold your gap. You tackle through the thighs instead of going for a lazy shoulder nudge. Culture shows up on tape. One more barn napkin prediction before we close. I think this season will get a moment, maybe a cold Sunday at home, where the camera catches a veteran after a huge stop. Hand on the sleeve, then pat over the heart. And it'll say more than any post-game quote ever could. And the next day, every high school in Illinois will be teaching their kids what those letters mean. That's how this travels. That's how it lasts. My take. Plain and simple. I love it. Not cute tweak love. Real deal spine-stiffening love. GSH on the arm and VMH over the heart is pure Chicago. Tough, loyal, no shortcuts. It makes our jersey feel like a promise. And yeah, I went full fan with the predictions, but the foundation is solid enough to carry all of it. Even if the only thing that happens is letters on fabric, that's still enough to change how I watch this team every snap. Now, talk to me. Do you like this story-driven bar chat format? Want more quick deep dives on the little things everybody sees but nobody explains? Drop your thoughts below on the GSH sleeve and the VMH chest patch, and give me your best idea for how the team should honor both on game day. Best comments get a shout-out next video. Smash like. Hit subscribe. Share this with that buddy who still insists the '85 defense could stop any offense in history. And next time the camera zooms in after a goal line stand, look close. Sleeve says GSH, chest says VMH. And somewhere between those letters is the Chicago we love. Bear down.